Horse-drawn buggies, simple lifestyles, and millions of chickens. The Amish are well known for their traditional ways. But there's a surprising side to these communities that few realize: their booming poultry industry. Amish farmers raise millions of chickens every year, both for meat and eggs, creating a world where technology is limited, yet chicken farming thrives. This unique blend of tradition and industry is the heart of Amish poultry farming. When it comes to raising chickens, Amish farmers carefully choose the right breeds for their environment. Selecting breeds that thrive is essential, as it ensures the best yield for both meat and eggs. Let's take a look at some of the popular chicken breeds the Amish value. Each has its own unique appeal. First on the list is the Rhode Island Red, a favorite for egg production. These birds are known for their friendly nature and resilience, making them perfect for family farms. With their deep red feathers and sturdy build, Rhode Island Reds are the workhorses of the chicken world, laying about 250 to 300 eggs annually. And the best part? They're low maintenance. All they need is a comfortable coop and some room to roam, and they're content. Next, let's talk about the Cornish Cross, a superstar in the meat chicken world. These birds are bred for rapid growth and efficiency. A Cornish Cross can reach market size in just 6 to 8 weeks. That's incredibly fast. Plump, tender, and ready for the dinner table, it's no surprise that the Amish favor them for their practicality and flavor. Choosing the right breeds isn't just about production. It's about creating a sustainable farming practice. Amish farmers rotate their breeds, helping maintain the health of their flocks. They mix layers, broilers, and dual-purpose breeds, ensuring a consistent supply of both eggs and meat. It's like a chicken showcase, with each breed contributing its strengths. To create the ideal environment, Amish chicken coops are typically made of sturdy wood and built to last. These coops are designed with ventilation in mind, keeping the air fresh and the chickens comfortable. After all, no one likes to live in a stuffy space, chickens included. Imagine spending a summer in a small, hot apartment without air conditioning. For chickens, having enough space is just as essential. Think about being a chicken crammed into a tight coop with barely any room to stretch your wings. That's like living in a shoebox. Chickens need space to roam, scratch at the ground, and stretch their legs. An ideal coop provides a roomy, comfortable environment where they feel secure and relaxed. A little extra space leads to happier hens, and happy hens lay better eggs. It's like giving them their own little spa day. Sustainability is also a priority for Amish farmers, who often use reclaimed materials to build their coops. This approach not only benefits the environment, but also gives each coop its own character. You might see weathered barnwood or repurposed pallets transformed into cozy chicken condos. It's like a green project for chickens, and these eco-friendly coops add a charming, rustic touch to the farm. A well-designed coop offers more than just shelter. It's a safe space from potential predators. Amish farmers take great care to fortify their coops against raccoons, foxes, and other threats. Some coops even have nesting boxes filled with soft bedding, providing a cozy spot for hens to lay their eggs. After all, who wouldn't want a comfortable place to handle their daily business? These coops are also designed for easy cleaning, which is essential for healthy chickens. Many Amish coops have removable floors or trays, making cleaning quick and simple. A clean coop means fewer pests, healthier chickens, and happier birds all around. With their thoughtful design and eco-friendly practices, Amish farmers create coops that are more than just shelters. They're well-planned homes that support happy, healthy chickens. This, in turn, leads to better egg production. When it comes to feeding their chickens, the Amish take a straightforward, natural approach. You won't find bags of processed feed in their barns. Instead, they stick to the basics: grains, kitchen scraps, and anything the chickens can forage themselves. It's like a little buffet for the birds, and they seem to enjoy every bit of it. Grains like corn, wheat, and oats form the foundation of their diet, giving chickens the protein and energy they need to stay strong and healthy. But it doesn't stop there. Any leftovers from the family dinner are fair game for the chickens the next day. Growing up, I was always amazed at how the chickens could turn what looked like yesterday's scraps into their own gourmet meal. We called them chicken gourmet nights on our family farm. Vegetable peels, stale bread, and even leftover pasta would go straight into the chicken yard, and the birds would peck away as if they were savoring a fine meal. Just remember, not everything is suitable for a chicken's palate. Yes, chickens can eat a lot of different things, but chocolate is a definite no-go. Much like with humans, chocolate is toxic for chickens and can cause serious harm, so it's best kept far away from the flock. Now, here's something even more intriguing. Amish chickens are free to forage as much as they want. They hunt for bugs, munch on grass, dig up weeds. Anything they can scratch with their feet or peck with their beaks is fair game. This natural foraging keeps them busy and provides a source of fresh protein and vitamins. Not only is this method great for the chickens, but it also enhances the quality of their eggs. The more variety in a chicken's diet, the richer and tastier the eggs. That's why eggs from free-range foraging hens have vibrant yolks and a flavor that far surpasses store-bought eggs. Egg production in Amish communities is both a craft and a science. Like other animals, hens produce best when their needs are well met. And one crucial factor in keeping the eggs coming is light. Just as plants rely on sunlight to thrive, hens need a steady light schedule to lay consistently. Light exposure signals their bodies that it's time to lay eggs. Amish farmers understand this well and design their coops to let in ample natural light, especially in the shorter days of winter. Here's a surprising stat. A healthy hen can lay around 300 eggs a year. So, even if you only had a few hens, you could be looking at nearly 1,000 eggs annually. A lot of omelets, scrambled eggs, and baking projects. Since the Amish rely on fresh eggs for their meals, they keep their hens in top laying condition. Growing up, I remember always having more eggs than we knew what to do with. Mom would bake cakes, make custards, and on special occasions, whip up deviled eggs that would vanish in an instant. One great aspect of Amish egg production is its close connection to local markets. Eggs aren't just for the family table. They're often sold or traded with neighbors or at markets, becoming part of a community-based trade system. These eggs are highly valued for their freshness, often collected just hours before reaching the market. My grandpa used to joke that eggs were Amish currency, and he wasn't too far off. There's something special about buying eggs that you know were laid the same day. Managing the hens' laying cycles is essential, and Amish farmers ensure their hens get the right balance of light and darkness. Coops are often strategically placed to receive plenty of natural light, even during winter. Keeping the hens relaxed also plays a key role in egg production. A stressed hen won't lay as reliably, so Amish farmers make sure their chickens have a quiet, calm space, free of noisy machinery. I remember a neighbor who swore by playing classical music in his coop, claiming it helped the hens lay better eggs. Whether that's true or not, his eggs were always high quality. A balanced diet is also crucial, as we mentioned before. The Amish feed their chickens a varied diet of grains, bugs, and kitchen scraps, which translates into richer, tastier eggs with deeply colored yolks, a bright orange that practically screams farm fresh. Grandpa always said you could tell how happy a hen was just by cracking open one of her eggs. And he was right. The difference in taste and color between a well-fed hen's egg and a store-bought one is clear. While it may seem like hens are simply laying eggs at their leisure, there's a lot of careful planning and work behind the scenes. From managing natural light exposure to providing a balanced diet and even taking steps to reduce stress, the Amish have perfected the methods that keep their hens laying steadily. Given the sheer number of eggs they produce, it's no surprise their time-tested practices have remained effective for generations. The journey of an Amish-raised meat chicken is also quite remarkable. From the moment they hatch, they experience a life filled with care and purpose, a transformation from fluffy chick to full-grown bird, with plenty of clucking along the way. Amish farmers are renowned for their ethical, humane approach to raising animals, and their chickens are no exception. These birds enjoy a life outdoors, where they can roam freely, scratch for bugs, and forage through the fields. If there were a perfect chicken workout plan, this would be it, filled with exercise and a variety of natural treats. You might assume that raising chickens for meat involves confining them to small spaces to fatten them up quickly. However, the Amish follow a different path. While the ultimate goal is to raise them for food, these chickens enjoy a more natural and stress-free lifestyle. They aren't crammed into small spaces like in many commercial operations. Instead, they spend most of their time exploring, stretching their legs, and quite literally building up their drumsticks. The result? Healthier chickens that grow strong and develop quality, flavorful meat. It's like free-range chicken, with a unique Amish twist. My grandpa used to joke that if these chickens had step counters, they'd probably rack up more steps than I did as a kid, and he was likely right. But it's not just about roaming. The life cycle of an Amish meat chicken is carefully managed from hatching to the table. These birds are given everything they need to grow quickly and naturally. Seasons also play a significant role in their care. During the warmer months, the chickens get to graze in lush fields full of insects, grasses, and anything else they'd love to peck at. It's the ultimate buffet, and the chickens take full advantage, waddling and strutting in the sun, enjoying their little paradise. Winter, however, brings new challenges. You can't expect chickens to forage in the snow, right? This is where the Amish showcase their ingenuity. They move their chickens into warm, insulated coops to protect them from the harsh winter cold. While the chickens can't roam as freely, their diet is carefully adjusted to keep them healthy and growing. Think of it as moving from an outdoor workout to a cozy indoor routine. It may be different, but it's just as effective. And if you've ever visited an Amish farm in winter, you know nothing goes to waste. Even chicken manure is repurposed as fertilizer for next year's crops, showcasing sustainable farming at its best. Now you might wonder, how do these chickens remain content through seasonal changes? The secret lies in keeping things as natural and stress-free as possible. When chickens are raised with care, they grow better and even taste better. The Amish make it a priority to provide their animals with the best life possible, regardless of the season or stage of life. And you can taste that difference when their chickens finally reach the dinner table. The Amish approach is all about balance, giving chickens plenty of space to roam, sunshine during the warmer months, and a calm, stress-free environment year-round. Amish chickens aren't raised in cramped spaces or hurried along to maturity. My grandpa always said, "A happy chicken makes for a great meal," and tasting Amish-raised chicken, I couldn't agree more. The Amish have passed down these poultry raising practices through generations, sticking to methods that have worked for over a century. This enduring approach works in harmony with nature, allowing the chickens to live active, full lives before they become part of the family meal, a level of care you won't find in most supermarket poultry. One of the most remarkable parts of Amish chicken farming isn't just their care for animals, but their sense of community. Amish farms are rarely a one-person operation. There's a strong sense of unity that flows through everything they do, and chicken farming is no different. Instead of working solo, Amish farmers rely on each other, whether lending a hand with construction, sharing feed, or pitching in during processing. It's a community-driven system that's all about mutual support and cooperation. When it's time to process the chickens, it becomes a neighborhood event, more like a social gathering than a factory setup. Families host chicken processing days, where everyone pitches in. It's similar to a barn raising, only with chickens. Tables are set up, neighbors bring their birds, and everyone has a role to play. There's work to do, but there's also laughter, stories, and plenty of chicken jokes. "Why did the chicken cross the road?" might be a stale joke elsewhere, but it always brings a smile in an Amish community, especially after a long day of plucking feathers. The entire day runs efficiently, with each person assigned a task. One farmer might handle the chickens, while others clean, package the meat, or even repurpose feathers for pillows or insulation. By day's end, everyone leaves with plenty of fresh chicken, and there's a shared sense of accomplishment that goes beyond the work. These gatherings aren't just about processing chickens, they strengthen the bonds among families and friends. It's hard work, but it's incredibly fulfilling, and it nourishes the spirit as much as it fills the freezer. Even with all their knowledge and community support, Amish farmers aren't immune to the challenges of poultry farming. If you think raising chickens is easy, think again. There's much more involved than simply feeding them and collecting eggs. The Amish have to face weather extremes, prevent diseases, and handle unpredictable market shifts, challenges that would make even seasoned farmers sweat. The weather, for example, is a constant factor that requires adjustment. Winter in Amish country isn't just rough on people, it's tough on chickens too. Cold weather can slow egg production quickly, which is why Amish farmers build well-insulated coops to keep their hens warm. Conversely, in the heat of summer, keeping chickens cool and hydrated is essential, especially when managing large flocks. Every season brings a new set of challenges, and the Amish, with their deep respect for nature, know that adapting is key. Weather, however, is only part of the equation. Disease is another major concern, particularly in tight-knit communities where animals live close together. Just like humans, chickens can spread illnesses quickly if preventive measures aren't in place. The Amish prefer natural remedies and preventive care for their flocks. They use herbal treatments and holistic practices to keep their chickens healthy. Cleanliness is another priority, and Amish coops are kept spotless, with regular cleaning routines that might make some city apartments look a little untidy by comparison. Despite their best practices, though, there's always the risk of disease spreading. And when that happens, the Amish rely on their time-tested natural methods, working as a community to solve problems and keep their birds healthy. The Amish approach is about balance, providing a healthy, humane life for their chickens, and managing challenges with thoughtful care that respects the land, the animals, and the community. Managing chickens effectively isn't just about keeping them healthy, it's also about making sure illnesses don't spread if one does fall sick. Interestingly, chickens can be as picky about food as we are when they're unwell, and no amount of coaxing will make them eat if they're not feeling right. Fortunately, the Amish have a few tricks up their sleeves to entice even the fussiest birds to nibble on a meal, even if it's not their usual favorite. Market fluctuations bring another layer of unpredictability. The price of eggs and poultry can change depending on demand, the season, or even nationwide trends. One month, Amish farmers might be earning a premium for their fresh, free-range eggs, while the next, they could find it challenging to make a decent profit. But the Amish don't let market changes get them down. Their frugal lifestyle and practical planning help them stay resilient. During prosperous times, they save and invest back into their farms, and during leaner times, they simply adjust, tighten their belts, and keep moving forward. The Amish have a lighthearted side too. Sometimes, when faced with challenges, a sense of humor is their best strategy. A joke common in Amish communities goes, "Why did the chicken cross the road?" to check the market price on the other side. It's a small reminder not to take things too seriously, even when the going gets tough. Perhaps the lesson here is, don't let a chicken cross the road without good reason, like keeping an eye on the market. Despite the ups and downs, the Amish's strength shines through. With generations of farming experience, they've faced every conceivable obstacle: harsh weather, disease outbreaks, economic downturns, you name it. Yet they keep adapting and thriving. Their farming approach is deeply rooted in values of simplicity, hard work, and patience. When a problem arises, they don't panic. They come together, work out a solution, and move forward. It's a mindset we could all learn from, a refreshing approach where setbacks are merely challenges to solve. The Amish are not only farmers, they're skilled problem solvers, always looking ahead and staying prepared for whatever nature or the market might throw their way. And this resilience is why Amish chicken farming continues to thrive. It's not just about raising chickens, it's about creating a way of life that can be sustained for generations to come. One of the most important pillars of Amish sustainability is land management. Crop rotation, for instance, is their secret sauce to maintaining soil health. By changing the crops planted in a given field each year, they naturally preserve nutrients in the soil. This cycle allows the earth to rest and rejuvenate. One year, corn, the next, soybeans, and the soil remains rich. Chickens contribute too, scratching and fertilizing the ground naturally, without synthetic chemicals or fertilizers, just a natural, balanced cycle. Then there's waste management. Raising hundreds of chickens produces a lot of, manure. But to the Amish, this is a valuable resource, not a problem. Through composting, chicken manure mixed with straw and organic matter transforms into rich compost for the fields. It creates a closed-loop system where nothing is wasted. The chickens' waste fertilizes the land, which in turn grows their feed. Of course, things don't always go smoothly. There's a humorous tale of a young Amish farmer who tried his hand at composting. He had a big compost pile going in his yard and thought it would be clever to let his chickens roam free to help break it down. What he didn't expect was just how excited the chickens would get. Before long, compost was scattered all over the yard, and the chickens were running around like they'd hit a salad bar jackpot. It's safe to say his free-range composting experiment ended up messier than he'd planned. It took him nearly the entire day to get everything back in place. Lesson learned: composting and chickens make a great team, but they can also lead to some downright funny farm chaos if you're not paying attention. Sustainability isn't just about immediate results. It's about planning for the future. The Amish have a strong belief in passing down their farming practices to the younger generation. It's common to see kids as young as 5 or 6 lending a hand on the farm, learning from their parents and grandparents. By the time they hit their teenage years, they're already knowledgeable about things like crop rotation, caring for chickens, and managing composting. It's not only about keeping the farm running, it's about preserving a lifestyle that's been passed down for centuries. What's particularly remarkable is that, even with all the modern technology available today, the Amish choose to stick with their time-honored methods. Sure, it would be easier to bring in a massive tractor or use synthetic fertilizers, but that's not their priority. For the Amish, farming is about stewardship, caring for the land and animals in a way that honors God's creation. And a big part of that is making sure these practices remain sustainable for future generations. It's like planting a tree today, knowing your grandchildren will someday enjoy its shade. Let's not overlook the community aspect of sustainability either. For the Amish, this isn't a solo effort. It's a group endeavor. Neighbors help each other out, whether it's assisting with composting or swapping advice on crop rotation. This sense of cooperation strengthens not just their farming techniques, but the very bonds that hold their communities together. It's this kind of long-term thinking that ensures Amish farms will continue to thrive for generations to come. In many ways, the Amish model of sustainability is something the world could learn a lot from. While many of us are still trying to figure out how to live greener lives and reduce our carbon footprints, the Amish have been quietly living that way for centuries. They don't seek fame or recognition for their environmental practices. They just do what they've always done: care for the land so that the land can care for them in return. Raising chickens on an Amish farm isn't just about providing for a family or making a living. It's a reflection of simplicity, community, and sustainability. The way they tend to their chickens, their land, and each other teaches us that sometimes the best lessons are the ones rooted in the basics. Spending time on an Amish farm made me realize just how important the connection is between the food on our plates and the people who grow it. It's something no trip to the grocery store could ever teach us. And after seeing those chickens roam freely, adding their own character to the farm, I think it might be time for all of us to consider raising a few of our own. Just imagine, fresh eggs every day, a little entertainment, and no alarm clock needed. Who wouldn't want a clucking roommate to wake up to?